Thomas, good to see you. I want to start a bit broader, though, given the times that we're in. About 15% of your revenue is from Europe. How, if at all, do you expect Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the resulting inflation and sanctions to affect European demand?
Well, I don't see it affecting European demand at all. I think the bigger issue is, we have to really be methodical and watch our supply chain very closely, mostly on logistics and moving these very specialized chemicals and gases in and out of our facility. We have not seen any softening of demand in Europe because of this unfortunate crisis.
Yes, indeed. Well, that is encouraging. Now, how does this geopolitical situation, though, impact the case for more domestic chip manufacturing in the U.S.?
Look, I think it's all about awareness. Semiconductors has been insidious. It's so fundamental to the world economy, to very human existence and how we connect and engage. It wasn't until there was a shortage where there were just not enough semiconductors being manufactured that we became very aware as a society how important to the very fabric of our economy semiconductors are. And this crisis just adds to that sense of urgency and the necessity to make sure that we as an industry invest to create that capacity, but invest in the right regions of the world to get better supply chain security and balance.
Hey, Thomas, Deirdre, good morning to you. I'm curious as to how come you're not in Congress today, especially when the manufacturing, the foundry side of this is so critical and you're in a unique position to speak to this already being there. Are you in communication with lawmakers? What kind of support do you hope for your company?
Well, for one, I'm in Washington today myself. I'll be, after this meeting, heading to the White House to meet with some of President Biden's staff on this very topic. I think you're absolutely right. As a foundry, we serve a very broad range of customers and technologies. And we are, the manufacturer for so many important U.S. companies and other companies around the world in creating capacity. It's our job, once this CHIPS bill is funded, to do our part to continue our expansion in the U.S. We have a huge facility in upstate New York, another facility in Burlington, Vermont, a smaller facility just 40 miles north of New York City, and we'll be looking to expand our footprint with the right economic model that the CHIPS bill will provide to our company.
Hey, Tom, we're looking at a map of some of the U.S. locations of manufacturing. I mean, we're obviously watching Ohio now, Arizona especially, Texas. How would you grade at least the early goings of these new announcements, these new manufacturing initiatives? Are there frictions there that we're not aware of, or is it pretty much just a seller's market in terms of putting some shovels in the ground, even though it will take a while for them to get going?
Yeah, let me give you two, I think, really important points. First is, since discussions around the supply chain security and semiconductors, let's say that's a conversation that goes back to the last administration, the rest of the world has really reacted. I would tell you a significant amount of the capacity that's either in flight, meaning a shovel in the ground to create the new facility that will eventually have equipment installed to create capacity, or existing facilities that are already in the ground and tools being added. The U.S. is significantly behind in creating that capacity. That's the part of the urgency that you just spoke to Pat Gelsinger about this morning. It's time to act now, or we'll fall further behind. The other thing, for GF's strategy, we believe that for economies of scale and the ability to bring capacity online quicker, it's better to expand existing facilities. And that's where our global footprint is a real advantage to us. We're in Singapore, we're in the U.S., and in Germany. It's about a year to 18 months faster to bring capacity on at an existing facility, even adding additional factory space, because you could add a few tools to start getting output. When you're in a greenfield expansion, you need a complete complement of equipment to get output, and that could add 12 to 18 months to a schedule. And so our strategy to do this quickly and efficiently is to leverage our global footprint and add capacity at our existing locations. And most importantly, what we announced last summer, once the CHIPS bill is funded, our Fab 8 facility in the capital region of New York.